Whenever I'm planning to fish for toothy fish like walleye, pike, and muskie, I try and use a leader wherever possible. That way it makes it tougher for those fish to cut through my line, especially if they're bigger in size. I like to use different types of leaders for different fishing applications. For example, when I'm fishing for walleye, I'll usually go to a fluorocarbon leader. I find that the stiffer fluorocarbon leader is plenty for a walleye because the walleye teeth aren't as sharp and there aren't as many as, for example, in a pike or muskie's mouth. And when you hook a walleye, they don't fight as hard or make as long a runs as pike or muskie. So using a 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon leader protects that part of the line close to the lure, and it's also invisible, which I find works really well. I find that using a fluorocarbon leader, because it's stiffer, will also prevent the hooks from catching the line as it's tumbling through the air, especially when I'm casting in windy conditions. Now, if I'm fishing for large pike and muskie, I use a heavier fluorocarbon leader, somewhere in the 60 to 80 pound test range, or a titanium leader, because those fish have a lot of weight and big sharp teeth. The heavier fluorocarbon leader, even though it's a much larger diameter, is still invisible. And if you're using the larger body baits for muskie, it doesn't take away from the action at all. I'll often use a titanium leader, which is extremely low diameter. It is visible, but it's so thin, it's almost the diameter of human hair in like 30 or 40 pound test. And I will go to it when I'm using smaller lures where I know I've got a chance of hooking a large fish, even though I'm not necessarily targeting a large pike or muskie, but I'm fishing in an area where I'm fishing for bass and walleye, and out of the blue, you can hook a real big fish. To me, titanium is an ideal metal leader to use if you need protection from toothy fish, because it's extremely low diameter and it has no memory. If you're targeting toothy fish, always make sure to use the leader, either fluorocarbon or titanium. That way, you won't let the big one get away.